Hi, I'm Max, and welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. And as you can see, I'm still flying solo because Denise is still trying to find her voice, but the end is near. We had a doctor's appointment just a week ago, and they said that she is recovering just fine, so keep her in your prayers, and she'll be back soon. Some of the things we're going to be talking about today is a new pediatric hospital that's being built by Norton's. We visited ENS and a lot of other places as we got ready for Derby 152. So we're going to bring you some of the highlights from that. And something very special, our brother-in-law, had a horse that was running on Oaks Day, and we're going to catch up with him. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Show is the best that there is, period.
Yeah, come on, champ, don't you make me.
Oh, I ain't working around. We are here as usual.
That's too much. This the one.
We right here.
You wake up and catch me from 6 to 10 on your number one station for R&B, Magic 101.
I got an opportunity to catch up with Renee Murphy with Norton's Healthcare, and they've got some big things happening as it relates to the building of a new children's hospital. So take a look at this. We're here with Norton's Healthcare, and I'm here with Renee Murphy, who makes everything happen for Norton. And I know that you all are in the process of doing some great things in the community. You're building a new hospital, you're doing surveys. So enlighten, tell our audience what's going on.
Oh, we're so excited to share information about the new pediatric campus that we are developing. It's going to be in Jeffersontown, right off of Blank and Baker Parkway. And this is going to be an opportunity to really transform healthcare for children. We have 150 acres out there to reimagine what care can look like. And as a part of that, we want to hear from the community. We can't build this alone, and we know that families and patients have great ideas about how we should design this campus, what the second dedicated pediatric children's hospital in the area should look and feel like, and that's what we're asking for the community to let us know their thoughts.
And how has pediatric care changed over the years?
Oh, pediatric care is always evolving, and care overall is always changing with new technologies, new innovations, research, different advancements. And that's why it's so important that we continue to grow in this space as well and do everything we can at Norton Children's to support pediatric care, not just here locally, not even regionally, but really to be a destination for care for kids nationally, because we have a chance to really build something unique and special at this campus. And we will encourage the community to take part in our survey that is available right now.
In addition to the survey, what else can the community do to support and be a part?
So we are spending the rest of 2026 having listening sessions, and we will be in various communities across Kentuckiana listening to people. So in addition to the survey, we're going into elementary schools, hosting events in the evening, and we ask people, what should we think about? What should we consider at this campus? How should we build this with you in mind? What would be really important to you, not just at the hospital, but really the campus as a whole? We want this to be a village of hope and support for kids. So we're asking about the clinical services, but we're also asking about what should surround the hospital to best support families and patients. So stay tuned for more information about where our next listening session will be, but we'll have listening sessions throughout the rest of 2026. Our community survey is available right now. It's all online at nortonchildrens.com/new-campus.
And one last question. In relationship to young parents and, getting into the realm of having kids, my daughter just had her first kid. How important is it for them to get the right information to make sure that their kids are getting the right care?
Well, we want to stay connected. This is a great opportunity for us to touch base at a listening session to hear their thoughts and ideas on this as well. But our goal is to make sure that we make connections to care and that we are there for the community from childhood to adulthood for both Norton Healthcare and Norton Children's. So this is a chance to really stay connected, especially in that pediatric space.
Well, Renee, I'm a visual person, so it's great that we've got the renderings here. So walk us through what we're looking at.
I'm a visual person too, right? And it may be hard to say, well, what does 150 acres look like? And on the map there, you can see some concepts, some ideas. This is not set in stone. This is really to get people thinking about where we could position research, how we could have our academic partner on the campus to support children, where we could position potentially the second pediatric hospital, and the different support spaces for families. We know that we want families to feel comfortable when they come to this campus. We see this as being a place where if you have to come and need a longer stay, if your child needs that extensive care, that you could come and you could park your car, and then everything you need will be right there on that campus. So this map kind of shows you some ideas to get you thinking. You'll also see in the renderings there, we envision this to be a walkable community. Green space is so important. There's great trees in the area right now. We want to preserve as much of that as we can. So you can see how we want to bring nature into the campus, bring the outside in. We know how healing nature can be. And also you can see this as a walkable community where you can get to places very easily.
Well, the hospital is going to be a great addition to Louisville's medical community serving our youth, and we can't wait to see it finished. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
You won't want to get out of the car when the Streets Morning Takeover is on the Bill's #1 for hip-hop.
Early in the morning.
What's up, Louisville? This is your girl saxophonist, Jeanette Harris, and I'm looking forward to... What's up, Louisville? This is your girl saxophonist, Jeanette Harris, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys for the Destination Smooth Jazz Series. I'll be there on June 6th with my good friend, Lynn Roundtree, and we gonna have a party, you guys. So go get your tickets. It will be held at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. So yeah, I'll see y'all real soon. And don't forget, we gonna party. All right.
Getting to Derby 152, there's always a lot of events that are on the front end. So we got an opportunity to catch up with ENS Gallery with one of the events that they had leading up to Derby 152. Take a look at this. ENS Gallery for the pre-Derby Art Gala featuring Kevin West, Sherry Shine, and Yolanda Ward. And I'm here with Kevin West. Welcome to Urban Lifestylez, and tell us about how you got into art and what some of the things that you've done.
Yeah, so basically I met Walter and Kathy here at ENS Galleries about 2 years ago at the Black Art Fair of Ohio. They took a liking to my work that I was doing and was interested in possibly representing me as an artist. And we're here today. You know, they've been representing me for about 2 years now. My career as an artist started in Indianapolis, Indiana, where I went to Heron School of Art and just continued to practice on my craft. And I got into wanting to figure out a way to tell my story as a young black inner city kid through my artwork. And that was really kind of what made my story, what it is today. So,
right. So tell us about the medium you work in and, what's your inspiration?
Yeah, so oil is the medium that I'm currently working in. And like I said, my inspiration all comes from me growing up in the inner city as a Boys and Girls Club kid. Okay. And young black males not always being showed in a positive light. So what I wanted to do through my artwork is be able to show us in our natural element, which is a more positive, way in the light. So,
if there's another young person who's seeing your work, would like to emulate you, what would be some advice that you would have for them?
I would tell them to just figure out what speaks to them and what they want their voice in the world to be, and just to, follow that dream and follow that, and just figure out a way to do it in a way that it speaks to people and encourages people.
We're still at the Pre-Derby Art Show, and I'm here with Yolanda Ward, and you're from Philly. Welcome to Louisville. Welcome to the Derby. Is this your first time here?
It's my first time here, and let me tell you, I'm so excited about Kentucky. It's beautiful.
Well, great. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Now, we are experiencing your artwork. So tell us a little bit about how you got started, the mediums you work in, and your inspiration.
Okay, well, I got started when I lost my job in the corporate world for 35 years, and I had to begin again. And so paper found me. I'm a collage artist, and I do all paper, no paint. So that's what changes my work from everyone else's, because there's no paint at all. And so all my processes are done by me. Strips of paper, layered paper. I make paper by hand in the vat. I cooch it out. I print the paper. I do everything with the paper that pushes the envelope of what else can I make the paper do.
So how did you, I'm looking at it and it's phenomenal, but how do you just decide one day I'm going to be an artist? Have you like always experimented with it, or how does this come about?
When I lost my job, I always knew when I retired, I would do a little something creative. But when I lost my job, it was like, you need to get in there and figure it out now. So I did, and as I continued to experiment with different mediums, because I paint too, oils, acrylics, watercolor, but one day my brother-in-law drops off this vat that he said he got out of his garage when he cleaned it out, and he swore it belonged to me. So I opened it up, and inside of it was all this paper that I just could not throw away. Back then, not knowing that it was going to be in my future and my present. And as soon as I saw that moment, I knew this was my way. And I started with the paper, and here I am now. So since 2009 to now, the paper and its processes and its mediums, it just keeps growing and changing.
So tell us about this one picture here. How did that come about?
Okay, well, it's the memories. Like, I like my work to have a little history, but I like it to be a part of life, our lives. And I remember when my mom would hang up the clothes on the line and we would be out there playing and running. And I wanted to bring back that joy. Because even though we might have been getting hollered at, it was a fun time. So that whole triptych is about that moment in time. And I'm hoping that people will experience it when they see it.
I'm here with Kathy Shannon, one of the owners of ENS Gallery. Tell us about this pre-derby event. I know it's not the first year. You've been doing it for several years. How did it get started, and why you keep it going, and why do you think so many people always come out to support it?
Well, because it's ENS one. But this year we wanted to offer clients another opportunity to come outside of the Kentucky Derby when prices may be a little bit higher and they can get in and out of a lot of the activities before Derby. So we had 3 artists in mind: Kevin West from Indianapolis, Yolanda Ward from Philadelphia, and Sherry Shine, originally from New York, but she's now in Philly. And they are amazing artists that are popular nationally. And a lot of our clients only get to see their work and never meet them. So this was an opportunity to bring all 3.
And I know a lot of times people, they think art galleries, they think, oh, this is out of my price range, but help people to understand that art's affordable for everyone.
Absolutely. Any piece in ENS can be put on layaway. So the plan depends on actually who is the artist, how long they're willing to negotiate, and then from that point, it's all in what you can afford. It shouldn't hurt to own the pieces that you love, and that's our goal, is to get that kind of art on your walls.
And finally, I notice all of you all are wearing the crowns, and what do they signify?
Well, Walter used to say all the time, put a crown on your collection, invest in art. And this crown represents the auction company that has been his dream for years. We actually launched it in New York in February, blackcrownartauctions.com. We'll hold our first auction within the next couple of months, probably on Martha's Vineyard, with you guys. I know you'll be there.
It was a great opportunity to get out, see some artists, purchase some artwork, and just mix and mingle and just kind of get in that derby spirit. So if you missed it this year, be sure to go to their website and find out all the information about next year. And just don't wait till then. Stop in and see them anytime and purchase your first collection as a piece of art. We'll be right back.
Show is the best that there is. Period.
Don't you make me?
Oh, I'm working around. We are here as usual.
That's too much. It's the one.
We right here.
You wake up and catch me from 6 to 10 on your number 1 station for R&B, Magic 101.
Louisville, Kentucky. Let's get ready because it's about to go down. It's going back to get real smooth. Yo, I'm Lynn Roundtree, the Soul Trumpeter, and I'm bringing that Detroit soul your way. Joining me, the incredible Jeanette Harris, so you already know it's going to be a whole vibe when we get together. We're taking live music, wine, spirits, tasting, cigars, culture, energy. This is not just a concert, it's an experience. Saturday, June 6th, Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. Doors open at 6, show starts at 7. Tickets available now on Eventbrite, so don't wait. Pull up, bring your people, meet me there. Destination Smooth Jazz. Yo, where soul lives. Peace, love, and soul. Your boy Lynn Roundtree out.
The Urban League Gala had a lot of buzz for Derby 152. We got an opportunity to go out and talk with some of the people that made it happen and some of the guests. So take a look at this. I'm here with Lyndon Pryor. He's the man that makes everything happen here at the Urban League. I'm back with you again, another great event. So tell us about it.
So the annual Derby Gala, it is a party with a purpose. It is, I believe, the best party in town, Derby Week, and we're really excited. This year's theme is Rhythm of Revolution, and we're here to talk about how we continue to fund and support the work of the Urban League, but we're also here to have a good time. The folks are here, they're looking beautiful, everybody is cute and ready to go, and so I'm super excited.
So tell us a little bit about the entertainment.
Yeah, so this year we've got 2 artists, Tank and the Bangers, and then Common. So Tank and the Bangers is a really dope group. They have a real cult following around the country and really around the world, but you know, they've never been to Louisville. And so this is gonna be Louisville's first opportunity to see them live and in person, and it's gonna be phenomenal. And then obviously Common is a hip hop legend, and so it's gonna be great seeing him rock the stage with all of his hits.
So here's your opportunity to send out that pledge to our viewing audience to get people more involved with the Urban League.
Yeah, absolutely. And so now is your chance to give to the Urban League. You can give at any level, and quite frankly, the place to start is to join and be a member. That is a simple one-time gift of $50 can let you be a member of the Urban League and help to support the mission and the movement. But if you want to give more, we need it because we need to support the programs and services that we offer. We are serving our community across our pillars of jobs, justice, education, health, housing, and entrepreneurship. We are going to revolutionize this city and make sure that it is a place where all people can thrive.
I'm here with Judge Brian Edwards. It's good to see you again, and it's always a pleasure. I know you're a big supporter of the Urban League, and tell me why you feel it's so important to be a part, not only tonight, but throughout the year.
The Urban League is doing such important work in our community. Being able to get out here and to support it in a small way is something that I love to have an opportunity to do, whether it's the work they're doing in the court system, of course, which is what I do, or whether it's just in the community with the track complex, the soccer fields they're trying to build, all the things they're doing to empower young people, the housing programs, all of that. It's essential that we support programs that are supporting our community. So what
do you think it would take to get the Urban League to the next level and to see even a broader community support?
You know, I think more people need to know what the Urban League is doing. I think the projects they're doing, like here at the Sports and Learning Campus, building these multi-purpose fields, that's the type of thing that's really going to create more and more opportunities for people in the community to get into the facilities, to have their children, to utilize the resources and the facilities, and that's the type of thing that I think will get the community on board.
I'm here with Carl Price, who's running for county attorney. This is another great Urban League event, and I'm sure this is not your first one.
This is absolutely not my first one. This is an amazing event.
So tell us what brings you out every year.
It is the culture. It is the camaraderie. It is, and it's also the Derby fever, Max.
And why do you think it's so important to keep events like this thriving in our community?
You know, that's an interesting question for today, because any pocket of happiness and joyfulness in the state of America today is a wonderful thing. So I think it's important to continue these things because you have no idea who might be causing you frustration. Let me just leave it at that.
So tell us a little bit about your race and your candidacy and what someone can expect from your platform.
Yeah, so my race is the county attorney's race, which in layman's terms is a district attorney. We have 2 of those offices here. We have a Commonwealth attorney, which is primarily focused on felony prosecutions. Then we have a county attorney, which is the office I'm running for. And that is sort of a district attorney's office that also does civil work. It defends police officers in excessive force cases and bad police conduct cases. and it defends city officials, represents city officials and Metro Council and other city officials, including the mayor. And then there's a criminal side where the primarily prosecutes misdemeanor crimes.
Yeah, the Urban League event is always a fun time. You know, you get to see people that you haven't seen from years, and some people you've probably seen for the first time. But it is the place to be. So if you missed it this year, be sure to get your tickets early for next year. We'll take another break, and we'll be right back.
What's up, Louisville? This is your girl saxophonist, Jeanette Harris, and I'm looking forward to. What's up, Louisville? This is your girl saxophonist, Jeanette Harris, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys for the Destination Smooth Jazz Series. I'll be there on June 6th with my good friend, Lynn Roundtree, and we gonna have a party, you guys. So go get your tickets. It will be held at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. So yeah, I'll see y'all real soon. And don't forget, we gonna party. All right. Bye.
This Oaks Day was very special because we had a family member that actually had a horse that qualified to run on Oaks Day in the 4th race. And that horse, her name was Power to Glory. So take a look at this. Well, I'm here with George Taylor, and we're here at Oaks Day of Churchill Downs, and it's the 152nd running of the Kentucky Derby. And George is not only my homeboy from Hoptown, but he's my brother-in-law, somebody I have known my entire life. He knew me before I knew me, and he is married to my sister, and you all are in the horse business. And I know today is not the day you'd expected because you thought that Power of Glory is going to be running, but because of an injury, you had to pull her from the race. But tell us about how you got into horse racing and your love for the sport.
Horse racing came about when I was a youth, maybe 15 or 16 years old. By having family and friends here in Kentucky, I used to come to the races all the time with the older men, as we said it, and they always say we come to see the ponies. So I said, Mom, can I go with them? She said, yes. And when they come here, they would break away and bet. I didn't have that kind of money when I was 16 years old. So I used to go by myself and sit in the stand and, give me a Coke and hot dog or some popcorn. And I just watched those stupendous horses race and the jockeys and their colorful uniforms and everything. And as I continued on, something said, I wonder how it feel, George Taylor, on your own horse. And that was a dream right there. And at that point, I just continued to the races, kept with the dream. And I stayed with it up until now, that I was determined one of these days to have my own horse. But it wasn't so much after the horse, it was like, now what do I do? Because I had more than one horse, and that's what confused me. And I had 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it's like I had a mare, and that was 5 horses. So I had to figure out now how am I going to deal with this? But I did.
So, you've got 5 horses now. What is it about it that keeps you, it's so engaged? Because it's a very fickle sport, and everybody doesn't have the wherewithal and everything to stay engaged. So, how do you manage to keep the energy? How do you just keep everything happening?
I guess it's my passion and love, for the horse. I mean, I had that passion ever since I was young, and I never let that go. And my thing to horse is that, I'll follow their lead. And if I don't follow their lead, then I can't follow mine. So I just kept that dream. I kept it strong. I kept it determined. And I just keep on going because I want the horses to be all they can be. And that's where I am today.
And tell us a little bit about what you were doing before you got involved in the horse industry, because I know you were in the military, and just kind of expound on that.
Before I got in the horse industry, I was in the military for 2 years, and after that, basically, I went into with the federal government at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and my wife and I, Ali, we moved to California, and I worked with the Department of State, and I worked with the Department of Navy, and I ended up working in the Department of Defense. And that was the time where we was off on Fridays and Mondays. So I usually go to Santa Anita in Acadia, California, and watch the races. I would go there early in the mornings, 5 o'clock, when it's dark with the lights on. And I watched the horses gallop and talk to the jockeys and the managers. And at that point, it just gave me more determination to say, hey, if you want this horse, you better go get it. You can't be dreaming all your life.
So what's the end result for you as it relates to the horse industry, and what do you see next?
What I see next, basically, this is my last journey. This is my last chapter. But I said that when I retired from the Department of Defense. And I'm enjoying it. I love it. And I'll keep on doing it until God tells me it's time to get out. My horses will tell me when it's time to stop, not me.
All right, and you've got your trainer here, and your trainer's name is?
Jerry Dixon Jr.
All right, and Jerry, you've been a part of the horse industry, and I'm going to switch over to the other side here. And Jerry, you are a Louisville native, and you've been involved in the horse industry for about 16 years. So tell me about your passion for horse racing, and what do you think about this horse you're beside here, Power to Glory?
First and foremost, I'm going to start off with Power. I think that she can honestly be one of the special horses. When I say special, I don't mean something that you can just put a price on. I think that this filly has enough potential to where we can run her in stake races and she can produce, so Mr. Taylor can go get more horses. Now, as far as myself being on the backside for 16 years, I started off as a hot walker, learned some basic horsemanship knowledge, and then I moved on to a groom. Started working for a bunch of different trainers. Once I started working for Eric Reed, we made it to the Derby here. We won the Derby. That was a dream and a blessing come true. Because if you're in this industry, I believe that if you don't think of being in the Derby or being in a race of that magnitude, what are you in the business for? But the passion first has to start with loving the horse. If you don't love the horse, you can't do the job.
You know, it was great just seeing George, and we were very, very disappointed. The whole family was that Power to Glory suffered that injury and wasn't able to run. But don't give up on Power to Glory because she'll be in some other races. And GT has another horse that's going to run on May the 14th back again at Churchill Downs. So look out for her. We'll take another break, and we'll be right back.
Louisville, this is your girl saxophonist, Jeanette Harris, and I'm looking forward to What's up, Louisville? This is your girl saxophonist, Jeanette Harris, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys for the Destination Smooth Jazz Series. I'll be there on June 6th with my good friend, Lynn Roundtree, and we gonna have a party, you guys. So go get your tickets. It will be held at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. So yeah, I'll see y'all real soon. And don't forget, we gonna party. All right.
Well, that's just the first half of some of the Derby events that we covered, and there's going to be much more, so stay tuned to our next episode. And speaking of what's coming up, on June the 6th is Destination Smooth Jazz Summer Edition. We've got Lynn Roundtree and Jeanette Harris. It's going to be one phenomenal night. It's going to be catered by Lucretia's Kitchen, and she's prepared a soulful summer soul food menu that you don't want to miss. So if you don't have your tickets, go to Eventbrite or Better Days Records. And you know, I think that's our show. And that's our time. And we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyles. And remember to take the shot. Bye-bye.